This is our new din.
Are you recording?
The din for the hub in Cameroon.
2021 was an interesting year. Simultaneously, it felt like it was pretty long but still ran by so quickly. If I could summarize 2021 into one word, it would be growth. In 2021, I encountered many situations, however, it all boiled down to one thing: growth and self improvement. Not only did I experience tremendous mental growth and maturity, I also was able to embrace this positive development and become agile. I was faced with a somewhat brutal transition into a place of self-independence, which was one of the primary reasons why I gained that level of maturity. My 2021 started with a fast physical and mental shift into another time zone or place. Basically, I marked 2021 in the course of moving into another country to pursue my education at the African Leadership University in Rwanda. Saying bye-bye to my parents and siblings to go to another place to pursue a better life was a bittersweet and unavoidable event. I was pretty much excited, but it was also difficult to digest the fact that I would be far away from the people I always depended on. I had no idea what to expect, as all my life I had been under my parents' protective arms with little exposure to the world. So in that instance, when I set foot in a new environment, my life quickly spiraled into a rush of new and unfamiliar events. It was college, and quite frankly, I loved the place. However, there was no denying the void I felt in my heart whenever I returned to my little corner to think. In those moments, I tried to do what made sense, which was to observe and see where I fit in. But things quickly became fast-paced as I struggled to adapt to my new environment and find a meaningful circle. Feeling quite alienated from the new school system, I easily got swept off my feet by the bulk of work and my school's expectations. Soon enough, I was caught up between identifying what worked for me with my studies and trying to have a life out of school. It was during this time that I concluded that securing a scholarship was probably the simplest part of the whole journey. Now, I was faced with the real deal, and even though I struggled with a lot of things at first, it became apparent that I had to not only adapt but do so as fast as I could, because everyone around me seemed to be leaving me behind. Before finally embracing resilience and adaptation, I made a good number of mistakes that taught me life-changing lessons that will stick with me forever. Like every other teenager or student, there were times when I felt too lonely and weak that I resorted to seeking comfort from other people. And at some point, I made the wrong choices of the people I could trust. I experienced self-esteem issues and lacked confidence. I questioned whether I looked pretty, and most of the days I put on a happy facade when in the public. I even tried to make myself look good enough for some people who, to be honest, added no value to my life. Yep, it was that bad. It even took a toll on my mental health. In a nutshell, I was dealing with stuff normal college students experience sometimes. I tried so hard, and by trying so hard, I mean attaching myself importance to superficial things. None of these things were enough. They didn't make me happy, and so sadly enough, it took me a while to stop making the wrong choices and focus on what was important, that is, doing the right things for myself. For sure, my first year was hectic, but I'm glad to say that I came out improved and more intelligent than I was before. I made silly mistakes and eventually learned the hard way, which I would say was necessary. One of my biggest lessons was that I could count on some people, but I remain my biggest accountability partner. No one out there knows me as well as I do, and I held the power to make or break my life. This made me realize that if I failed out today, I have myself to blame and not anyone else. I had to stop messing around with my life and focus on building it instead. And I'm glad that I did just that. I learned, wisely embraced some changes, and moved forward. Aside from the struggles, 2021 held a lot of lovely memories, which all began when I finally decided to begin my self-love journey. In fact, my happy moments far outweighed my awful moments. I became so curious about myself and what I wanted for myself, and so I decided to just explore my interests. To this day, I still am amazed by the complete turn of events and how my self-love journey skyrocketed. I blossomed and it felt so cool. I became fearless and would stop at nothing to take reasonable risks and try new things that piqued my interest. I also made it my aim to always put myself in a space that allowed me to explore my creativity and not be shy about it because it meant a lot to me. Another highlight of my 2021 journey was meeting cool people. In the light of all the not so fun times, these people inspired me to become better. Even though they might not know this, they shaped my life and made it even more exciting. I met people who emanated the best in me and decided to hold on to them. Some of these people taught me the essence of being sentimental and verbal about my feelings, which was, to be honest, new to me. But then I remain so grateful because all these shared moments made me a better person. I am so grateful and so happy that I got to encounter these people. Nevertheless, I have had my own fair share of bad and toxic relationships, and these were the ones that taught me that I remain my own best friend. They reminded me that I can only trust God above everything, above everyone, that some people may have your best interest at heart, but you can't prove it even if they act like so. So trusting people and myself sometimes might prove really risky and dumb. These people, I had to literally shake them off and walk away, which made me understand the importance of being alone sometimes. No one talks about the gain of working alone because we are used to hearing that we can do better when we do things together. However, there are times when navigating the journey all by yourself is necessary or required. So at this point, I would just like to thank God because He took me through the entire year. It was hectic. At the same time, it was a blast, and I'm so grateful that He took me through and I was able to stand the test of time. To wrap it all up, I would like to say an official goodbye to 2021. Surely I will always carry the lessons and good memories it presented me. Moving forward, I am so excited for what lies ahead of me. This year started incredibly and I'm so happy. I look forward to what lies ahead of me. I'm so sure that it's all going to be beautiful, and even if challenges might come, the lessons I picked up from last year probably will help me brace myself. So guys, that was my 2021. That was a summary of how the whole year went, and thank you so much if you came this far. Please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't, and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and bye 2021.